a heavy dose of advice and encouragement for all of my entrepreneurs. Don't allow yourself to be discouraged by people that undervalue your services. This is an inevitable part of building your business, especially as a Black business owner. Do not allow yourself to be discouraged by the thoughts and the opinions of others that undervalue your business. Now, here's a few things that you should be thinking about when it comes to the subject of people that will inevitably undervalue your business as you're trying to bring your product and your service out into the world. The first thing that you got to ask yourself is, for the person that is undervaluing my service, is this the right type of person that I should even be selling my products or services to? Because your business is not for everybody. A big part of the reason why a lot of people find themselves being depressed and wondering, oh, can I ever be an entrepreneur? Can I ever be successful? Will somebody like what I want? Is because they're listening to the wrong person that has said something critical about their business. So let me tell you something. I was speaking to one of my clients, had to be about a month or so back, and they were telling me that they did not want to increase the price of any of their products or services because people that were already buying from them were already complaining about how high the price was. And as soon as I heard that, I immediately asked the question, well, is this person that was interested in buying from you in the first place buying on the basis of quality, or are they buying on the basis of price? Because if someone is buying for you on the basis of quality, price is not going to be that big of a factor. I want you to think about this. If you think about most of the major businesses in America that offer premium high-end services, you never really complain about the prices because you already know what comes along with the quality that you're getting. It comes at a price. But if you're somebody that has champagne taste with a beer budget, and you allow that type of a person to try to influence your business direction and what your strategy should be, you're inevitably going to be selling yourself short because you're allowing the thoughts of people that shouldn't be doing business with you anyway to infuse your way of thinking. Not everybody is your customer. This is the reason why having a niche business is so important in this day and age. This is the reason why you really have to have very specific ideas about who represents your ideal customer. Because if you don't know who your ideal customer is, you'll end up trying to sell to anybody. And then when that anybody comes along and tells you, oh man, this is too much. Oh man, this isn't good enough. Oh man, this isn't this isn't that. Immediately you will become discouraged, not knowing that you should have never even really been dealing with them in the first place, okay? So what you first got to do is you've got to come to the realization that not everybody should be your customer. The second thing that I really want you to think about is this. You got to start checking your numbers, okay? Success is a numbers game. So inevitably, as you begin a business and that business grows on a much higher scale, you're inevitably going to find yourself in situations where you end up having to give refunds. You're going to end up getting cancellations, chargebacks. This all comes with the territory of doing business, okay? If you're not getting any refunds, chances are you're not selling enough. If you're not getting certain negative blowback in what it is that you're doing in your business, chances are you have not gone to your outer limits far enough. If everybody thinks that your business is so great, it's the best thing since sliced bread, nobody ever complains. Nobody complains about the price. Nobody complains about your branding. Nobody complains about your message. If nobody is complaining about what it is that you're doing, chances are you're never going to make a significant impact in the world, because every single person that has made a tremendous impact in this life was all met with some level of resistance. So it's not resistance that's the problem. The problem is how much resistance you are getting in your business and keeping that level of resistance in its proper perspective. Okay? So here's an example. Let's say that you sell 100 products of something, right? You get 100 sales. And one of those 100 customers ends up requesting a refund. This might be the very first time in your life when somebody is asking to be refunded for something that you are selling. I guarantee you it's not the end of the world. In fact, when somebody asks for a refund, you're really just getting started into the big game of entrepreneurship. I don't know how else to say it. This is like you're losing your entrepreneurial virginity. When somebody asks for a refund, it's one partial sign that you're actually starting to put it in front of as many people as possible. Now, the real question is, if 100 people out of 100 people request a refund, then you've got a problem. See, you got to keep your ratios in the proper perspective. You know, if a few people ask for a refund, a few people charge back, a few people give a cancellation, don't worry about it. Because there's other things that you need to be focused on that will be much more significant for you in your business. You're going to encounter some level of setbacks, failure, resistance, criticism, undervaluing, whatever. But it's not so much about how much undervaluing people do to your business. It's about how much you let it affect your business at large. Because some of you guys, you could really just let one comment from one person make or break your company, when in reality, all of the success that will come from you having a significant business lives and dies off you having skin thick enough for you to be able to withstand all of the negativity and all of the setbacks that comes your way. You know, it's a very powerful quote that I really like by Winston Churchill. It says, courage is having the ability to go from one setback to another without losing enthusiasm. So if somebody asks you for a refund, or if somebody doesn't even buy from you at all, we've seen this plenty of times in the Black community. It'd be very easy for one of us to go and find significance in what so many other people are doing in the business world. But oftentimes when it comes to ourselves, we don't have the same appreciation. And so we never become customers. We never support our own. We always look for excuses as to why we wouldn't buy. If you allow those types of people to, dictate whether or not you're going to be a successful entrepreneur, you're going to sabotage your life. If you're thinking about the first part of this video, which is not everybody is your customer in the first place, that would keep into perspective whose opinions you should be valuing over others, right? So let's go back to that as we address this third point. So if you've been following along so far, and I hope that you have, it's been really important. The first thing that I've been trying to get you to know is not everybody is your customer. If you listen to everybody, you listen to nobody. That's the first problem in you getting going in a business. The second thing is keeping negativity in perspective. If you're doing business and you're making money hand over fist, and one person doesn't like what you're doing, so what? Who cares? You got to get over it. You got to have thick skin. In this life, you're always going to have haters if you're doing anything significant. If you're not doing anything significant, nobody's going to care about you, right? So the third thing that I really want you to keep into context, and this goes back to the first point about understanding who that right person is. Think about it on the flip side. The same way that you should not be listening to the wrong person, you should always be listening to the right person. So if you have a person that complains about your business, but they don't fit your ideal definition of a client, then your words or how you take their words, it should not hold the same weight as a person that's been doing business with you for years and years and years as a trusted, valued client, in terms of how much what they say impacts your business strategy. So in the same way that I may not entertain just any person that has something to say negatively about my business, when it comes to those that are among my top clients, I'm always listening. I'm always trying to ask more questions. I'm always trying to get to know more. I'm always trying to get extremely candid feedback from those individuals, because I know that those are the individuals that actually care enough for my business enterprise to move forward. They have proven that to me with their dollar. You may have a lot of people in your life that say that they care about your business, they care about your success, but if they have not put up one red cent to help keep food on your table in the challenge of entrepreneurship that you've been going through, there's only so much that I would take their words to the bank. I would never trade in the thoughts of a non-customer of somebody that's been a client of mine for the past 10 years. And they're telling me about all of the things that they really value, that they want me to begin doing for them, so that way I can be of more service to them. You have to have inequality when it comes to this subject. The same way you got to be able to tune some people out, you got to start amplifying what other people are saying. The reason why this is so important is because a lot of entrepreneurs today, the reason why they're not successful is because they're not listening enough to a valued audience, when they should be spending more time to learn more about what their clients and customers think, because those clients and customers are going to help them make more money over time. What they tend to do is they become very egotistical, and they feel that they have all of the answers, and whatever it is that they come out with, the customers are just going to have to deal with. The clients are just going to have to deal with it, because I know what's best as the entrepreneur. If you want to be successful in business, do not let yourself get to that level. Always treat your top clients with the utmost respect, with the utmost care, and make sure that you are constantly understanding their position, because it's their dollar and their support that's keeping you in business. Don't listen to everybody. Okay, for every 100 people that come into your life, chances are you should be only listening to 1 or 2 at best. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to leave me a comment. I want you to tell me about a time where you allowed the wrong person to get to you, and it set you back a lot farther than you should have. You let somebody talk you out of doing a business. You let somebody talk you out of setting up something that you knew was going to be really important in your life. But because of the fact that you were not blocking out other people's opinions, anytime any person had something to say, you just took it to the bank for what it was. I want you to leave me a comment. I want you to tell me about a situation in which, you found yourself being pushed back in life because you were being too much of an everybody listener. That's what I call this, being an everybody listener, when you listen to everybody instead of only listening to a few select people. Okay? Tell me about a time like that. And the next thing that I want you to do is, I want you to get into this video that I put together about how to be able to escape your 9 to 5 and transition into your very own business. This is a brand new video that I put together. I'm not sharing it publicly. So make sure that you click the link below so that way you have immediate access to getting it, okay? This is all for free. You don't have to put in any credit card. You don't have to put in anything like that. All you got to do is just click the link below, watch the video. I'm not sharing this publicly on YouTube, so just let me know where you want me to send it to, and then you will have access. It's all of the steps that you need to take in order for you to transition out of your 9-to-5 into having your very own business that will allow you to be able to work from home, travel the world, and create your own self-empowered stream of income. All right? See you on the next video. Take care.